Hey everybody, welcome to the new shop. My neighbor recently asked me to move my shed off of his property, and I willingly said yes to that. But I had the opportunity to build a new workspace. It's 12 by 12. I got lots of space to work around, and tonight I'm just working on a few prospecting tools. I figured I'd bring you along. So, this is schedule 40 pipe that I have fitted with a magnifying glass. Now this is kind of a sniping tube, right? For getting down, maybe you're in the river, in the creek, and you can use this to go under the water and see without having to dip your head in every few feet like a gopher digging holes. So let's measure this out for you guys in case you want to build something like this yourself. It's 3.5 outside to outside. This is schedule 40. I believe it's called 3-inch. And I had just found this magnifying glass, and it was kicking around my shop for who knows how long. I think my buddy used to use it to light up bowls. So this magnifying glass, actually I cracked it right in half. There's a housing that holds the lens on both sides. Cracked it in half and it slid right on there. The housing is 3 3/4, and I was really surprised at how well that just sat right down on there. I sealed it in with this right here, Lexel. It's just an elastic silicone adhesive. So I ran a bead right around the outside, let that set overnight. And so right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a handle on it of some sort. So when I'm getting out there, I have something to hold on to. So I looked up on my wall and I found this. It's just a light duty door pull, kind of something you might put on a gate. And so anyway, we're going to crack that open, and these screws are 3/4 inch long. This is a quarter wall tube, so I'm going to have to steal from Peter to pay Paul. Right alongside it on the wall, I spotted the screws that I really would like to use, and they're right here in a brand new continuous hinge, like a piano hinge. This is 15 inches long, and I'm going to steal 2 of these screws to mount up this handle. So let's get to it. And I was thinking about maybe using this bad boy. She's not sounding too hot. I'm not going to use that. So I have a bit out here. I'm going to drill a pilot hole. Not that I have to, but I like to drill pilot holes whenever I can. Really nice, nice threading after that. You know, as long as you pre-drill with the right size. Alright, so there's my 2 screws. I can tape that back together, hang it right back on the wall where it was. Just going to double check that all this is going to go together well. And if not, I'll have to look for some other screws. It looks like the head might be too small on that small screw to fit. Now it holds in there actually really nicely, seats down in there nicely. So those are the 2 tiny screws I'm going to use. And the other 2 that came with it, they go right here in my box of random screws. right. I've got some other stuff I pulled out here too, because I've got a couple other ideas that will go along with this towards the end of the project. But like this leather and stuff. Because I want to put a handle on one side and a strap on the other. And I was just thinking, what am I going to use for a strap? Maybe a tie down or something? So I was looking for a ratchet strap. And I don't have any ratchet straps that are garbage enough to cut up. So then I was thinking, oh, maybe I could braid something out of paracord. Oh yeah, that'd be really cool. Let me braid something out of paracord. I can't braid something out of paracord. So anyhow, I was thinking maybe I could use some leather, because all I really need is a belt, right? So, I don't know. Like I was going to cobble together some leather belt or something for the other side. I don't know. I think I came up with a better idea though. Tiny little screws. I need a tiny little screwdriver for it. See what I can find. Tiny screwdrivers. That's a good one. All right. So I'm drilling 2 pilot holes here. I'm going to use a little bit of this sealant on all the holes I make on this. I want it to be watertight at every point. Once you get water inside these things, then it starts to condense and create humidity on the inside of your lens while you're in the river. Then you can't see anything. How are you going to reach down in there and defog it? This is just a long, long tube. Once it gets fogged, you're screwed. So I just want to make sure that I don't get any water in at any particular point at all. Okay, right into my pilot hole nicely. Or not so nicely. Starting to smudge up all my silicone. That's all right. Maybe I should be using my impact drill or something that I'm more handy with. I don't know if my impact's going to fit that tiny little screw though, is it? Nope. Alright, I can make this work. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'll make that work for sure. Let's get a little bit more silicone on there. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little impact of my own. One of my favorite techniques. Give it the little impact right here. That'll help me to just start the thread out, hopefully. So that's the action, Jackson. All right. Not as smooth as silk, but that's gonna work. I like doing most of my videos in real time. I don't do a lot of editing. You might have saw the one I did with time lapse. I really enjoyed editing that video, but it took me an hour or two, you know, sitting down playing with my phone. That's not how I like to spend my evenings editing. I like to spend my evenings tinkering in my shop, and I'll show you guys everything I do. Hopefully you tune in. I always have errors uploading from my phone, but if this gets uploaded, I'd like to do a giveaway, or I'd like to do a giveaway like everybody else. But yeah, I haven't quite figured out exactly what I want to do with the giveaway, but I really appreciate it when people watch my videos. It gives my ideas validation in a way. I have these cool ideas, things that I want to do, things that I think I'm good at, and when people watch my videos, maybe leave me a comment or something, and you know, if somebody appreciates what I'm doing, that makes me feel better about wasting my time tinkering with shit. You know, any little technique I have, any advice I have, any of the things that I make, if there's one person out there that takes one of my ideas and puts it in action, I will be satisfied. I really just want to get my ideas out there, help everybody to feel like they can do anything. I've got 2 kids and I'm trying to raise them like that. You can do anything, you can make anything. Set me down with some things, I'm clueless. I'm not an expert at everything. But when it comes to hands-on stuff like this, I'm good at it. Making stuff work out of whatever you have on hand. I just pulled this stuff off of the wall in my workshop, you know. Gate handle, and stole the screws from the piano hinge. Alright. That is going to work out great. Now on the other side, I'm going to want a strap of some sort. So let's see what we can do there. Whoa, magnets on the loose. So I was thinking it might do well enough if I use similar screws, and I screw one of these here, one of these here, and I use a nice thick gauge rope to go in between. I can just tie a simple knot and clamp it on, tie a simple knot on the other side and clamp it on. Okay, and I can have just kind of like a soft rope bow on the other side. That's what I'm going to go for. I don't know how I'm going to get this thing open. Oh, they really try to trick you, don't they? That was surprisingly easy. Well, I'm glad I sharpened my knife. Alright, let's see if I can robo-tie this right back how they had it. That was pretty slick. I don't freaking know. Yeah, I don't know. And just a little looper do. All right, I think the second half of this is going to come together a little bit quicker. The length of the screws didn't matter at all on the other side. They still went through. So I'm going to use 2 of those nice little screws that came with the handle from the other side. But it would have only been 2 of them, and I threw them in a big box of shit. I could use that one. I could use that one. Need 4 of them. 2 for the top, 2 for the bottom. Let's see how this is going to go. Looks like that'll all work out fine. I don't want to split the plastic, so here again, I'm going to use a little pilot action. Oh, get lucky, get lucky, get lucky. I felt it slipping. I felt that one slipping away from me, so I'm hoping I got lucky there with shooting those holes. I think I can make it work.